Welcome to the Gorillanomics show, where every episode we dig into a business and show you the truth nobody puts in the brochure. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the happiest smell in the world, fresh fries, comes from one of the most brutal businesses on earth. Gorilla opened a fast food shop, not a fancy one, a small one. Bright sign, plastic chairs, a menu with pictures so good you could taste them just by looking. Gorilla thought this was easy money. Fast food, fast profit. That's basic math, right? Gorilla imagined lines out the door, sizzling grills, cash overflowing, influencers filming his food in slow motion, cheese pulling like a golden waterfall. Gorilla imagined freedom. Wake up! Flip a burger! Get rich! Repeat! Simple. Gorilla even practiced his opening day speech in the mirror. Something humble. Something a future business icon would say. It started with a dream and a grill. Then Gorilla opened for real. And reality ordered a large meal, extra sauce, no charge. First problem. The menu. Gorilla priced a burger to feel fair, cheap enough that people smile, generous enough that people come back. Nobody told Gorilla that cheese, meat, buns, oil, and gas all quietly went up in price, while the burger price stayed exactly where Gorilla left it, frozen in time, like a photo nobody bothered to update. Gorilla was basically donating meals with extra steps. Second problem, the apps. Everyone wanted delivery. Everyone loved delivery. Gorilla loved delivery too. Orders kept dinging in like tiny slot machine wins. Until Gorilla actually opened the payout report. 30% gone. Just like that. Like a tiny, invisible waiter walked in, took a bite out of every single burger, and left without saying thank you. Gorilla worked the whole shift for a stranger's commission. Third problem? Staff. Gorilla hired 2 people, trained them personally, trusted them completely. One quit after 4 days to focus on content creation. The other one stayed. But somehow, every fry that touched their hands mysteriously vanished before reaching a customer's plate. A ghost, apparently, with a serious fry addiction. Fourth problem, the regulars. Gorilla's cousin came in, ordered a full meal, winked, said, family discount. Gorilla's uncle came in, said the same thing. A guy claiming to be a childhood friend from 3rd grade came in, and Gorilla doesn't even remember 3rd grade. By Friday, Gorilla had 31 cousins. None of them paid. This is where Gorilla started doing the math at night. Alone, lights off except one, calculator glowing like something out of a horror movie. Rent, electricity, oil, meat, packaging, wages, app fees, spoiled stock, napkins that nobody paid for but everybody used like it was a competitive sport. Gorilla added it all up, twice, hoping the second time would somehow be kinder. It wasn't. The profit margin was thinner than the receipt paper it was printed on. This is the psychological part nobody warns you about. Fast food looks fast. It looks simple. It looks like flipping a patty equals flipping your bank account. But Gorilla wasn't running a kitchen anymore. Gorilla was running a math problem with extra cheese. The stress started showing in small ways first. Every time an order came late, Gorilla's chest tightened. Every time the fryer made a weird noise, Gorilla's fists clenched like the fryer had personally betrayed him. Every notification sound made Gorilla flinch, whether it was a real order or just someone's phone ringing 3 streets away. And when it got really bad, when the numbers didn't add up, when another cousin walked through the door with that same innocent wink, Gorilla did the thing. Chest. Beating. Fists against his own ribs like a war drum only he could hear. Not aggression, just pressure looking for an exit. It never got to use during business hours. At home, Gorilla used to eat bamboo to relax. Slow, simple, grounding. The one part of the day that belonged only to him. Now Gorilla sat there chewing and felt nothing. Couldn't taste it. Because Gorilla's brain wasn't in the room anymore. It was back at the shop, running numbers, worrying about tomorrow's delivery orders, replaying today's losses on a loop like a song stuck in the worst possible way. Here's the part that really messes with you. The busier the shop got, the poorer Gorilla felt. More orders, more stress, more staff drama, more app notifications lighting up like fireworks nobody asked for. Same tiny profit at the end of it all. It's a strange kind of exhaustion, being fully booked and still broke. Working nonstop and still checking your bank account like it might suddenly apologize to you. Busy is not the same as rich. Gorilla learned that the hard way, one thin receipt at a time. Psychologically, this is what breaks people slowly. Not one big dramatic disaster, just constant quiet leaking. A little bit lost to rent, a little bit lost to fees, a little bit lost to family who, just this once, never actually pay. Death by 1,000 small charges, each one too small to fight over, all of them adding up to something enormous. Eventually, Gorilla stopped chasing more customers, started actually reading his numbers instead of just feeling them and hoping for the best, cut the menu, removed the items that looked impressive but quietly lost money every single time they sold. Turns out, fan favorite and financial disaster can be the same dish. Raised prices, carefully, honestly, instead of pretending the world hadn't gotten more expensive around him while he stood still. And Gorilla finally said no to the 31st cousin. Politely, firmly, with a sign taped to the counter that everyone somehow still tried to argue with. Something shifted after that. Not everything, just enough. The shop got quieter, but the numbers got calmer too. Less noise, less leaking, less performing busy for a crowd that was never actually paying the bills in the first place. Fast food taught Gorilla something slow food never could. That being loved by customers and being paid by customers are two completely different jobs, and confusing them will quietly ruin you. That busy is not a compliment. It's a workload wearing a costume. And that freedom was never about opening a shop. It was about finally understanding what the numbers had been quietly trying to tell him the entire time. In the background, barely noticeable, the same delivery driver from the beginning rides past again. Except now, he's not moving fast. He's just pedaling. Normal speed. Nothing dramatic. And Gorilla doesn't even look up, because Gorilla finally isn't in a hurry either.